Blockchain Nation? What up, YouTube? Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell so that you can get weekly notifications whenever I release videos. For those who watch these videos consistently, I want to say a big thank you. You are indeed far too kind. So today we're going to talk about ERC20 tokens. Before we can even get into ERC20, we have to have an idea what Ethereum is. So Ethereum is a blockchain-based decentralized platform designed for running smart contracts. Smart contracts are pieces of code stored on the blockchain that can read and write data and are triggered by blockchain transactions. So Ethereum is what we call the second layer of a blockchain platform. Bitcoin was the first experiment, which was great. So Ethereum is Bitcoin on steroids. We can do a little bit more transactions per second, and it has the added feature of smart contracts. And also we have what we call an ERC standard. But before I even go into all that, let's just take a look at this. So please make sure you watch this video. This is a video of Fabian Vogelsteller. Now Fabian and Vitalik Buterin came up with the ERC20 standard. ERC20 is just basically an Ethereum request for comments. So any improvements that need to be made on Ethereum, you have to do what you call an EIP, which is an Ethereum improvement proposal. So this ERC standard started out by being a proposal of some changes to be done on the Ethereum network, or some improvements and some additions, and now we have ERC20, we have other ERC standards as well. So Fabian Vogelsteller and Vitalik came up with this concept. This is Fabian here doing a talk. Please make sure you watch this talk. It's a very good one. You learn a lot. Something I got from this talk, which is great, is he differentiated the difference between a token and a cryptocurrency. You have to understand the difference between both before we can even move forward. Now, a token is a smart contract. It's a piece of code on the blockchain sitting at a particular address. It has an account balance itself, and it contains addresses. So we have tokens. Then we now have a cryptocurrency. A cryptocurrency is basically an incentive to run a blockchain network. It has transaction fees, and we use it to process payments on the network. So for example of a cryptocurrency would be Ethereum. If I go to CoinMarketCap, some people say I talk too fast sometimes, so maybe I'll just slow down a bit. So if you go to CoinMarketCap, you see Ethereum is a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. It has its own network. It's used for transaction fees on the network, and it's used as an incentive to maintain the network. Miners on these networks get paid in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So there are so many other cryptocurrencies, but most of these currencies, or should I call them tokens, on CoinMarketCap are actually ERC20 tokens. So ERC is a standard, is a particular token standard, like I said, created by Fabian Vogelsteller and Vitalik Buterin. So the ERC20 token standard has some specific functions on it. So let me just define basically and tell you what the ERC20 is. So let me just look through what I have in my notes. So ERC20 is a token standard first proposed by Vitalik, like I said, and Fabian Vogelsteller in June 2015. Notice this. Now it's a simple interface that allows for the creation of tokens on Ethereum that can be reused by other applications, which means it's an interface that can be used by smart contracts, that can also be used by an exchange, and it can also be used basically, and is also used as a wallet as well. So you can do transactions between a wallet, a decentralized exchange, and a smart contract. So it's a standard where you can do transactions on all these platforms, which is really great. It's because it has 6 key functions. So if you look at this screen, it has balance of is a function, total supply is a function, transfer is a function, transfer from is a function, approve is a function. So like I said, it's a smart contract that sits on the Ethereum blockchain that has all these functions. So if I go and look at the different tokens that are ERC20 tokens, we have so many of them, as you can see here, and a lot more others on CoinMarketCap are actually ERC20 tokens. So they're great ones that you can look at. They use the ERC20 standard, they are smart contracts, and they have those 6 functions that are highlighted, which you can check out on this page, and you see all these ERC20 standards, which are great. So The ERC20 contracts are deployed on the Ethereum blockchain, and you've seen some of the popular ones that are listed. Where are they? I just had them listed. Yeah, they're listed right here. So most of the tokens that you see on CoinMarketCap, as opposed to being a cryptocurrency that actually sits on its own blockchain and is used as an incentive to maintain the network and for transaction fees and the rest. So ERC20 is the first ERC standard. The next one is ERC721. 721 is a token standard that defines non-fungible tokens. So fungibility, which means something is fungible, means like 20 bucks, a $20 bill. $20 bill in your pocket is exactly going to be the same as a $20 bill in my pocket. That's what fungible means. But so fungibility is a characteristic of a good or commodity whose individual units are identical and interchangeable. But now for the 721, is a standard introduced to allow anyone to create tokens on Ethereum that are completely unique from each other. A good example of an ERC721 application, CryptoKitties. So it's a project that utilizes ERC721 tokens. So each kitty is represented by a unique ERC721 token. So they are unique, they can never be replicated, and they can never be destroyed. As of December 2018, we have 481,000 sales of CryptoKitties, totaling over $27 million. So it's so cool. So you can have like your own kitty. I'll be very full disclosure, I think that's crazy. I'm supposed to be this Bitcoin blockchain person that hasn't even taken the time to look at CryptoKitties. But this is a wonderful application of the ERC721 token. So ERC20 is the first standard which is fungible, and I can do transactions between a wallet and a decentralized exchange. I mentioned that ERC20 has 6 unique functions, and that most tokens on CoinMarketCap are not actually cryptocurrencies, but they are ERC adaptations of ERC20 tokens. Next is so we've talked about ERC20, we've talked about ERC721 in cryptocurrencies, and I don't have it listed here. All right, but the next is the ERC223. Now, the ERC223 is a standard that defines a type of token. It's similar to ERC20, but it has an added functionality. Now, if you send an ERC20 tokens to a smart contract not built to work with the ERC20 standard, the tokens will be inaccessible forever, which is horrible. But the 223 standard contains a method which is called token fallback, that ensures that tokens are only sent to contracts with the appropriate functionality. So if I'm sending transactions between 2 smart contracts that are ERC20 compliant, I have to make sure they are ERC20 compliant, because if they are not, if I send it to a smart contract that is not built with the ERC20 standard, is lost forever. So that's what ERC223 does. It's ERC20 on steroids. Next is the ERC777. So this is another standard attempting to improve upon the ERC20 token. It defines advanced features, including operations to send tokens on behalf of another address. It offers users more control over their tokens. So the 777 is another standard that improves upon the ERC20 token, but it has advanced features, including operators to send tokens on behalf of another address, which is what the ERC777 is. Then the last 2, we have the ERC1155. At least the last 2 I'm going to discuss. There's so many. Just go check out GitHub and just look for the different EIP proposals, the different ERCs that are out there. But I'm not going to highlight this 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So the ERC1155 is an interface that allows smart contracts to manage multiple token types. So it allows a smart contract to manage multiple token types like the ERC20 and the ERC721. A deployed contract may include any combination of fungible tokens or non-fungible tokens. So that's what the ERC1155 allows us to have. Allows us to have a deployed contract that has fungible tokens like ERC20, and it also has non-fungible tokens like ERC721, which is what is used for the non-fungible ones. The example of cryptocurrencies, CryptoKitties. Lastly, we have the ERC1337. It's a token standard for recurring subscriptions on the Ethereum blockchain. So like how you have recurring subscriptions that you can use your credit card for, in the case of blockchain or in case of cryptocurrencies, in order for me to do recurring subscription like payments, I can use the ERC13 Standard, which is a standard that focuses on interoperability, allowing wallets to sign into recurring payment contracts and improve appropriate user interfaces for managing and canceling subscriptions. I'll say that again. It's a token standard for recurring subscriptions on the Ethereum blockchain. The standard focuses on interoperability, allowing wallets to sign into recurring payment contracts and providing an appropriate user interface for managing and canceling subscriptions. Like how you use subscriptions on Netflix, you can use a credit card. It allows us to do that. So those are the 5. We have ERC20, ERC721, ERC223, ERC777, ERC1155, and ERC1337. There are other standards out there, but this is a good base for us to start with. The most popular, obviously, the ERC20, which has most of our tokens that are on CoinMarketCap are actually ERC20 tokens. So it's very important to understand the difference between a cryptocurrency and a token that's just an ERC20 token that's basically a smart contract that's fungible and you can exchange transactions between a wallet, decentralized exchange. So that's what the ERC20 is. 721 is like what we have with CryptoKitties, and then we have the rest. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Please watch this video again and do check out the link. I'll provide some links below to some other resources that you can check out so you can have more about what ERC is really all about. So watch Fabian Vogesteller's video on YouTube, which is a very, very good one. And maybe I should think about starting and picking a nickname for my CryptoKitties account. Maybe we'll even do a video on CryptoKitties in the future, who knows. Anyways, don't hold me to that. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, my wish for you is that you learn more about crypto and get involved in this distributed ledger technology space, because I believe that those who get involved early will greatly impact the future. And if that's you, then let's go change the world.